Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Justina Space. Today I'm meeting you in Riga, in Latvia. I decided to show you, in my opinion, the best places. So follow me and let's go for a trip. Welcome to the first very interesting story from the city. It's a girl and her story is very tragic. Somewhere out there in the street it's a remaining of a very old gate, and the gate, of course, how it was in the city, was closed in the evenings. But what happened to this girl? She fell in love with a soldier, and this soldier was meeting with her every day at night behind the gate. And one day she was coming there every day, of course, because of the love. But what happened to you, girl? One day she went there at night and he didn't show up. So maybe he was at the war, maybe something else happened, maybe he didn't like her at all. We don't know. But the thing is that she was really afraid. It was really dark and she was scared, and so she started to knock, and there was of course some soldiers behind the gate, and she was like, please let me in, and let me in, I'm very scared. And they let her in, but to show up the example for the others of the city, they punished her. She was kind of buried alive in the wall, and I will show you this wall. So that's the lady, and what they believe is that she was her ghost is coming at night, every midnight, and singing, I still love him, I still love him. So if you walk up this street, maybe you can hear her singing and see her ghost. Ooh, spooky stories. So this is the original gate where she was buried alive. So the building I am in front of is one of the oldest buildings in the town. Most of the buildings were destroyed during the war. But those three in here, three houses connected together, they survived. So this is one of the oldest in the city, and as I remember, it belonged to a baker man. And the reason why he didn't build like on this level, he wanted to have kind of like a space, so the smell from the streets were which the streets were disgusting because everybody was throwing away their shit on the streets, that it will not affect the bakery place and it will not smell in his house. This building in the middle is from 1646 year, as you can see there on a date, and nobody knows why the date on the door is different. It's 1746. And that's the third one, which is the most narrowest building here. It's because to avoid really large taxes, they started to build very narrow houses and make them just tall so they have more rooms. This one kind of reminds me the ones in Amsterdam. I don't know, what do you think? This building is a very important building in Riga. It's Latvia's radio station, and in 1991 Latvia got their independence back, and they were very happy. But a few days later, Soviet Union attacked them. There in the brick you can see the holes after bullets, because they were attacking with the tanks and carabines and other stuff. And the Latvians were protesting and standing without the guns, without anything, standing hand by hand, because for them the most important was independence, not their life. Like the whole country future was more important. And these bullets after this attack, they're supposed to remind to never repeat the same situation again. So it's like a memorial of the whole attack. I am walking now with the narrowest street in the whole city, and what the story says that in the medieval times, when the ladies used to have like a big skirts, you know, with these metal parts, the two of ladies couldn't, if there would be two, they couldn't fit in this street, and they were always arguing which one can go first, because it was so narrow. So as you can see, a modern lady can very easily walk through this street, and I think we could be more than two. In here there is a local restaurant. It's the oldest restaurant in the whole town. It's a medieval restaurant. All of these walls are original, and the gate is original. Medieval restaurant. Start your journey to the medieval times in the heart of the old Riga. Relax in the glimmering lights of candles. Try the favorite dishes and drinks. Find your medieval treasure. Find your philosopher's stone. Find your grail. It's closed because of the pandemic, but normally you can go inside and you can try medieval food. They were looking out for the recipes from the old times, so there's no like vegetables, there's more like meat and stuff. And this is the original entrance. These are the opening hours. You can open it. Just have a look inside. Look at this. It's dark. Now we have to close it back. Oops. Yeah. So the building I'm standing in front, it used to be a house for the guild, and that was a place where single men, the young men who didn't have a families, they could trade with each other, trade with some goods. And what is interesting is that they named themselves a black hat smiths. And why is that? Because the man who actually was like, they named the whole guild because of him, because he was a saint, he sacrificed his life, he was protecting that he is a Christian. And why they call it black hats, they didn't know. He was named, I mean, they didn't know what to call it because his name was Saint Mauritius, but it was a really long name. It was kind of racist for now, but then it was normal because he was coming from Africa, so he was an Afro-American, and what they looked first, they seen a black face, so that's why it was named Black Hats Smiths. And I cannot imagine better place to finish my trip with you guys. See you next time.
Thank you very much for watching my video. If you liked it, do not hesitate to leave a comment, like and subscribe. I would really appreciate any kind of feedback, and see you again!